for your mamo, a joa mama kwa bebraso so mamuni amaudo bison somewhere. Yake kesi and was Sompa television so no, and you bring your banner de babe somewhere. South Yanka or Bruni of Manta FM. Sompa 98.9 FM. Say a bro is Manta Memoir of the for her, I Sompa 90.7 FM, and as our Santamanta Mususwa, a higher Sompa 93.1 FM, and somebody de banner a dosso, na poso, any, and they abide the Atuga say free na call, so cracker fra brutre, abo mayemo, nessa cano, you su petrol, you su diesel, na electric, overcharge, Sakano, so the bed trotro, so the bed tazi, and yadia will be to your duty be our home.
Yera Ken of Oriata, the Atuga say fresh year man who's run a buy not to Tonyama, I'm a sabre at Timiaba form. And now, as also the Atuga say, I'm found in the Bessiano, or my God, you see, can be a mon papa be a ginaso, ammonia brofone diano, at the SCNE. What's how the 2 also be almost 220 million Ghana cedis, which are at the Emma Cosombo Dam, Tadia Nutia, ye, a month for your home, a quaker mono home. I was your friend, this Yaman, Conifer was Santamanta Massey, Atessa Shanty Regional Chief Imam, or Mamma 2 days. Since Sembia Waka and their former penny that John Dramani Mama ono, so a mamma chi and signed ya and your money de Eucrimo. Penny Pebby out when it's when PP Amano Quanmono so preso betty me Ramum Rashaba Gem. What the other straight here be at the atso a year, a quarter many more non ray, yabba dining in Eddie at the Atremo. And PP Amano Konu Gusua Edoso dosera no more pen Pierre Diewa Manukone demo or Manta Mahudo no more. That was your Demba Contra Pumprimantemo, Niaqua Denta Baton Pesiaso, Niaqua. Ne dia koso honomopa ye nuanuma wa honama kwadua ni bi ateche mabe senfie mienu ne e na road tours ahodo aban go no no mo ye adwuma wo mu no wase fie mienu na so wonya adwuma wo sika bi nso akem enu ntie ne aso ye no hwe atwentwe ho ensem so no wakwa akoto ahye wo no makache abza for yem fasida ma 21st clinic e ba ne sciatica abza for ni kire honomo na yenhwe emfa emma mizone 5G drink ne eguso aye nonom oye wedding oye party now per drink papa servoir mizone 5G ne yekan for the amawo 3A Herbal Center and the 3A cool capsules abedwa so a abza for nya bia koko na CB2 e the amawo and na express group so no yeguso de mu tu kwan o ma bia opesa okoso bia no for ne echere express group ne ntoto enhwe na yenye bibia emfa emma and na liberty conference e baso November de no e FIFA anniversary a Jeffrey mo twedi amponya nkrompon e de sa dom no e dom akonto mahene ye dubu achi ne mfie numu ne enti November de e be ye aseda ayeye ene chese entontom ne de ma twedi amponya nkrompon ti be hia e wo e Jubilee Park abonten so a e 25th November ya e na e baso ye be ka ho asempi no ade akere mo abusia wo mo na ebo echi dom ebo adonti ama ye vemu a ba bia wo bia no anwumre yetimi aba ne ye de aba besom wo me de e de na ya obo amali bia boga anwumre me ne ohini rema me ye boa esiama na ya ka se social media handles no so nyina so be share live e wo ho Facebook no Sompa 93.1 and Sompa TV Ghana, YouTube Sompa TV, Twitter no Sompa TV, Sompa FM. Call www.sompaonline.com. Ebusian semni nyina dano ya bone bede madia kogo ntu kwa no akwa sanema kenkan bi de free wo na wasa tie ye e de free wa fe ye hyansam na se ne adutu ne srani abasa e de amamo abza for ye hyase ye de free oh my god ye sika sam no ncheche ye ho na osofo a o ye sika sam e komrase je fie mu ane ye be na watch mienu nie ene ya bono a se so twedi aponya nkrompo basa ya do mahatam no nkumachi ototorobo nso tonso ba wi obotantimo a wode gafa dum ne mununkum egine matata ti wiem na se Yesu amana katrema da bodwem moje die mafusa na ni atete nkabone bia ene papa ne be komrase je fiem na sika de be bo my konkro Ghana wo bra afia ye kwa korem no wode akwa akoto mrase je fone ne momo no tua se asafe no a ye beto aba wom eno ntire ke se sika sam ne se ne ntotoe ebesi akono mrase je fo ene Ghana ma de hye ni edi akiri pa na so fo sika sam no ntotoe so ene jebo eje yi pumakwam emfa ono ne sasabro ya bro wakoto dwenye echi no abrobo mode yi pumakwam okopie mrase je fiem no ode atuga se ntotoe abaya ye ene safia ye kwa korem no Ghana ni bia wo be kraka
efra bruchire sa ode bomb mayemo na car no enye petrol enye diesel na de be ye adwuma na mum ebe ne ebe charge ne bie se electricity ene ye de be charge ne nko ade car no so de be ye trotro so de be ye taxi so de be twi akra kumase ana se bia obe ne tek taf se no bi na de ba be ya enya de wo betu duty bia wo ho owura kenu friata ne nsem o de tudwa ene mrase be fie mu ne.
Mr. Speaker, tax reliefs. Our approach to tax policy since 2017 was to give significant relief to the private sector until expenditure pressures from 2020 required a more aggressive approach. It is important to note that in the short term, fiscal sustainability requires that we improve our tax ratios significantly, otherwise our long-term competitiveness will be eroded. As we all know, our country's 13% tax to GDP ratio is far below our peers. Our target is 18 to 20%, and we are on course with 16% hoping to be achieved this year. In that regard, it is difficult to implement all the structural reforms and tax reliefs needed to immediately lower and or eliminate certain tax handles. However, I assure this august House that we have heard. We believe in lower taxes as a government for industry, and we are working others aggressively with the GRA and to be cemented with the Standing Committee of the Mutual Prosperity Dialogue. Mr. Speaker, further to the above, the following reliefs have been prioritized for implementation. To extend, Mr. Speaker, the zero rate of VAT on locally manufactured African prints for 2 more years. Mr. Speaker, to waive import duties on import of electric vehicles for public transportation for a period of 8 years. Mr. Speaker, to waive import duties on semi-knocked down and completely knocked down electric vehicles imported by registered EV assembly companies in Ghana for a period of 8 years. Mr. Speaker, to extend zero rate of VAT on locally assembled vehicles for 2 more years. Mr. Speaker, to zero rate VAT on locally produced sanitary pads. Mr. Speaker, to grant import duty waivers for raw materials for the local manufacture of sanitary pads.
Abzanfonti we aye osofo hesika sanu no ntoto so ye rakeno friata ena ko musika no emunsem baako eno no
na ene sam dodo na no de tudwa wa bro ko gyina mra hyebedwan ye Ghana ye sika sam ntoto ye ene yakwa homa bosika ya fipi mienu ne aduonu na ye de ba ye dwuma no wade etudwa no wasa ekire mu bia mu se wo hwe nansan ya Ghana sika sam na etoto ape ene egozogozo ye ya kyesa wa shopa na eka no ewo enkofo sika sam ho na eno ena watch media budget review ya wano ede ebetudwa no wo kire mu se nyankopon ya adoma ban no eyire ne ntemo na watimi mia na nkire wam se be ya Ghana sika sam no ebetimi asate system pom biem no ase ampane ampane nuane ampana ye kasei Ghana sika sam na sorry inflation ye man hom ne so no aban no atoto ne ma na ye kasei no etimi aba foma ne nyina no edi adanse se Ghana man panyin na dodanko akufo do ne MPP aban no wa amasa wo ba be di agro nemom oba be hye yedie ene emputuo mu kena edi ama o my Ghana adehye Raken ensemnie.
For this update, as I indicated during the 2023 Media Fiscal Policy Review, the prompt deployment of strong fiscal and monetary policy measures largely accounts for the continued macroeconomic stability and economic recovery. Growth in 2023 has been more resilient than earlier expected. Inflation has been on the decline faster than expected. The fiscal and external balances have improved, and the exchange rate has broadly stabilized. Mr. Speaker, government introduced the gold for oil policy in 2022. The policy, which leverages the Bank of Ghana's domestic gold purchase program, was intended to provide foreign exchange financing for the importation of petroleum products and help reduce demand for US dollars from the bulk import distribution and export companies who would have otherwise gone to the market to source forex for the importation of petroleum products. Since then, Mr. Speaker, under the Gold for Reserves program, the Bank of Ghana has purchased a total of 17.89 tons, 1.14 billion US dollars of gold to boost its gold reserves. In addition, under the G40 program, Gold for Oil program, 23 cargoes, circa 800,000 metric tons of gasoline and gas oil equivalent to 30%.
Ken Oforiata anu disem na mpemwa watu aso se wom se niema ya dede na so no aban na bone humoden ebanwuma sem ho a watimi afa meburu dodo na ye kase no ebi ensa etimi kwa wono ma no.
And we have created, Mr. Speaker, over 2.3 million jobs in the private sector and public sector, approximately 900,000 in the private sector and 1.4 million in the public sector. Mr. Speaker, capital spending is equally important to the future of our country. Consequently, we mobilized and deployed resources, expanded the railway network, including connecting Tamatu and Pakadan to promote trade on the Eastern Corridor, construction of 12 fish landing sites and 2 fishing harbors at the cost of 19.5 billion to promote the fishery-based livelihood of our coastal folks, improved community infrastructure by investing 2.2 billion into over 2,000 projects under the IPEP initiative, promoting inner city development by spending 190 million under the Zongo Development Fund, expanded and improved the road network by investing about 16 billion, Mr. Speaker.
Photo Samso afoye Raken Oforiata abusiana no disem ene ekotie ye.
Awzafo enu akire wato aso se emfa wonen from ebefa ewiabo ebebo ene insuo to ebeto my Ghana isi kasembe to ye pa titiru eba ne dollar sem eba ne euro sem eba ne pounds ne sefa sem no a eya na mo my Ghana isi kasem na hode no eya yemre no a wo se wo hyebo entutuye ene nhihye abande agu akwamu no o my Ghana isi ka ne begina ye e wa fe 2024 no a ye kwakore no mu na ama edwade susu no abafom e de amagana ma de hye.
Price developments indicate that inflation is on a declining path in response to ongoing fiscal consolidation, appropriate tightening of monetary policy, and relative stability in the exchange rate. Headline inflation declined by over 16 percentage points from 34.1% in December 2022 to 38.1% in September 2023. And 35.2% as of October 2023. The cedi has stabilized against the US dollar since early 2023. Over a year to date, Mr. Speaker, a year to date cumulative depreciation of 25% compared to 54% in 2022. Specifically, Mr. Speaker, the cedi has only depreciated by 6.4% on cumulative basis since February 2023, compared to, Mr. Speaker, 53.9% over the same period in 2022. The stability of the cedi largely reflects the positive impact from the restoration of economic activity, including robust economic growth, improvement in the current account position, improvement in forex liquidity following the IMF ECF inflows, Bank of Ghana's domestic gold purchase program, reduced speculative forex demand as market confidence.
Azafo nti we ayo so afo hwe sikasam ene ntutu so ne yetene nkan
yeda so ewo enne budget ho sensem ya etodwa na ye Raken Oforiata kasa biemu no ena wode eto asese na sa akoso mbotade ye etue nam so nte no adehia pimpim bi ya wonom ewo otimantem ene Savannah Regency ho no eya ade a wonom ehokokan ye na wase ewo musa ho kire ewo hode na so no aban no enye na adwensa wo hwe mo hwe ha ama wonom so eho etimi afa wonom akosi awie ye na ebie mundu no wode wani kire mo ewo eye bono epoye mantemo ene emia bi ya mebobo so ni mu a eyade anansa na enso totɔ ne nam so ntenso yiri fifa amanfo ema ajapade mpempem e na hwere wonom eno ena ye Raken of Oriata de tudwa se aban no atwa sika bese 220 million Ghana cedis wade boa se beye betimi aso wo asen na ama wonom trabia papa ama wene entimi anye wo mo totɔ ye Raken of Oriata.
Accordingly, the ministry has applied to the Global Shield Against Climate Risk Fund, an initiative launched by President Nana Akufo-Addo and Chancellor Scholz during the COP27 in Sharm el-Sheikh, to assess additional financial resources to support communities upstream and downstream of the Akosombo Dam. I convey the sincere appreciation of His Excellency the President and the entire government to all groups and individuals who have empathized with and supported the affected families. It is in this same spirit that we must continue to be grateful to God that no lives have been lost due to the devastating spillage from the Akosombo Dam and the support that we have all given. Mr. Speaker, we have worked hard and invested significant resources, and being sure of this knowledge, I can confidently assert that over the years, every sector has been positively impacted. Every household has been positively impacted by social intervention programs. And every region has been positively impacted.
Raken of Oriata and I yetie no.
Nabusia obobo ne nsam so ye no na ne yechese ato MPP ne NDC fo no so omo to aso ye omo manyo sem no a ene omo ye ne omo no na yese duru ho so omo beye eno nti opani odedom kuma na no onobo Kesel ato ba force na waye mrasebedwe ne obo mrasebedwe fie ma dehia ewo adwuma ko enye ne sie ma baton pesia so osore kasa eye ne sesa budget yakọ masika ne nsem a papa na ba gina ho no madini ti ato no ko ho eyi ni 1111 atu chain ahye white ababa keka de akire Ghana ma de hye no faso bi ani so eni da so bi ani so a eyo how amane nko a na afi 2024 no Ghana ma de hye ye ko ne yakwa ko hu no.
Let me say that this particular budget is the true definition of an empty budget. Clearly, Mr. Speaker, the NPP government has said bye-bye to the people of Ghana. This budget is insensitive and out of touch. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Minister, you and members of the economic management team, led by our Vice President, you are leaving behind a bankrupt economy. Mr. Speaker, it is important for us to note that this government is leaving behind a bankrupt economy. This government is leaving behind a default economy, or in other words, Yentia economy. Mr. Speaker, this government is leaving behind a budget that is debt-riddled. It's leaving behind an economy that is overtaxed. You are leaving behind an economy that is seeing hyperinflation. You are leaving behind an economy that is seeing high food inflation. And you are leaving behind an economy that is seeing high monetary policy rates. As if that is not enough, Mr. Speaker, this government is leaving behind an economy with high lending rates. You are again leaving behind an economy with high unemployment rates. Mr. Speaker, as if again that is not enough, you are leaving behind a misery index that has never been witnessed in this Fourth Republic. In fact, you are leaving behind a misery economy. In other words, a witchery economy. Mr. Speaker, to conclude on this matter, let me say that they are also leaving behind an economy where we are seeing massive and uncontrolled corruption according to the party Bishop Conference.
For the way I am Rasave Jenny or one Rasave Fiema this year war a Jumako and Yen Siema Baton Persia so I won't think Mantemo honorable Dr. Kessel Atuba Forsen on Wakronwa and Edum Kumano da woman on the attending Canana. Nano see ya. Okay, be check no Freata ye no and I knew Yam Rasave Jenia on also Swam Rasave Fiema this year war a Futua Baton Persia so Fincy Mantemo honorable lawyer Alexander Fenyo Markins so no anyway Emaneno.
Honorable minority leader is the same honorable member of parliament who was a deputy minister of finance when the economy was in its worst state. With his boss, the finance minister, and their government implement the free SHS. This is the same Dr. Akufo. Mr. Speaker, if today this government has implemented free SHS successfully, and Mr. Speaker, today the figures bear us out. We have a transition enrollment rate of over 80% as compared to the 55%. And today, because of the liberties of opposition, you are telling the honorable finance minister that he has underperformed when your own administration had the worst performance out of us. Let me assure you that the figures cannot be toyed with. Dr. Atufosin, let me remind you that your government could not implement a single landing beach project. You came into this house with a loan. You chickened out and you came to do capping. This government has successfully heard the cries of the fishermen, and we have constructed 12 landing beach sites. You come from the central region. You've not been able to do that for the people of Central Region. And you are telling him that he has underperformed. Hey, at all. Hey, Dr. Forsen. Telling him that he has underperformed. Hey, at all.
Fonty way I am Rasve Jenny or Rasve Fiema this year war a futu abaton persia so or and Fincy Mantemo or Rockronas as we a pen in Pabedi Etra, Adam Kessian or Dawoodmano, Yera a lawyer Alexander. Afenyo Markins and not yet in Kano. Na Yanko Manoso, not yene opene Prince, Ubria Bois and Kudi and Como, will be a wabini ye pa, a Usika Samho, and a Hujadi, where you yan Sabwaka in before, a Hoyen and Concudin Como, Ken of Riatan Sama Waka say Mfao and Mframe Befa, a Yeba Bebo, in Soto Betono, Ghana Sikane Benyana Mon Pepe Biaginaso, said dollar nebe bono, say a euro nebe bono, say pounds no so bono was say insisa da ebe jane naso na ene wo mo akon e de na sintia papa ne eka sansem no ye ne openi prince obrieboa eni ho nkomo prince majoy
bejo sominia
ye be gie di se ohun ye
oba de adaroma bibia ye boko
ye derade ase na Benjamin di said ne akomasika oswafo a o sika sano ne ntoto eso de beto Ghana ma de chie nim no o de wani edi akire but bia asa Ghana fo busa ho asem eye se empempi no ano oni tuase ye kwa kodi bronya amanfo kosesa dollar pounds euro eni se fade akwa akofa ne ma o se ye bosse enya de a dollar no ebe bosidi no amasidi na ho de akofom eni ebusa se ada bibia sia na enhihye bi akoso entutue bi akoso eni bia ye hu ye ama okasa asem no na mo ma bini sikasemi mo hu bibisa
Domira mamenchia o watiefo ne ahwefo se ohwe ensem a yira kan ofurata ade tudwa ne nyina so ne firi se ohwe o ma sikasem sidi ne dollar ne performance afie twemu between September to October, November, December. Na ode toto afidie no ho a afidie no e ma hope say eniema apeke na say eniema akonanim kakra. Say ocean last year as a time aye kodi bronya na the rate of CD depreciation no now the toto samre afidie no ho a even though since IMF ebema a bailout no CD na atwa so da so depreciate by the rate of depreciation there a war from enti or the not to ho na need that so say your second tranche of IMF bailout no any moment from now based on staff level agreement na woman enya no ebeba e kire se sa afi bronyen enya de dollar no ebebu cedi ne pasa me gidi se enam wei or cedi na ho den so far this year are depreciated just 25% as compared to the same period last year now depreciated close to 48% na emani nyina so sa afi eniema be ya bronya mu enya de a eniema beko atotia pansam te se de afase eyeye no
getting so no any da so wo ho se na manfo so se ye ho kire ye ho papa ye enti budget ya osofo nde kotudwa no o se ye teniema e be se ye nkra o se ye teniema e be boa ma aho kire na bafom ama ye ho timato ye o titi bibisa
budget ni misem no portion ba kwa meka ho asem ama etiefo nyina te mo be kaya be abosome miensa ne akire ni Omamu nyina ayededa fase aban onyi eto a oje no sanitary pad so nya dan emfiri so mekai se yenya emankra anase maba bi ma omokọ speaker of parliament to edwoma dise ade yeden ekoto nanim and it is so refreshing to note say budget here kai aban no etie wo musu frɛ ama yenua emma ne yemma ene ye mo sanitary pad a near the taxi at so a man no bo akosoro and then aban eyi ayeden efre so there are other positive oma omuso obi omu pese omu koto electric cars so aban no say taxes ya did that so do na o koto electric cars ya enam say emfa pollution emma oman ni bebre mu ntino eno so eto a did that so no was suspended bi. There was also another portion of Makai about VAT. Now on the property rate, and 15%. And also, I say what so at the about 5% flat rate. When you know your positive signs now, a biwo budget ya minister Eko Kai Neno. Enti Makase ya nesa, but American and me benya that didn't other supplementary document. Near to me are discuss issues near.
Yeah, Prince Bienya o na Yankopon ya domo a yinim se e beto aso memene dane ena we anim no ya daje be me betena so ofie ha na ya to aso ya da se ne wadaje a wanya ede amaye nwumre Abza popeni Prince Obri eboa you bi a wabini ye pa e wo sikasem ene ne ntotie ho ena nwumre yete ne nka no
Ebusiafo ene enwumre wuguso a wo hwe Sompa TV no si abrem kase bo na brekro na wote yenka ewo eye Kumase Sompa 93.1 kasafidie so sunyane eye Sompa 98.9 ena punapo ye mantem nkranza so ye Sompa 90.7 Facebook YouTube eye Sompa TV yet one sem no so na budget won sensem na busia ya kasia se anunafo asane yakoye nim ne yesa akoye chi bra ye ra force na tutu bi edema ne ye ra kenoforiata se budget ya obeken kan ne nyina nyam se ne nyina so bia we eye empty budget no na ye ra kenoforiata se na asem wo ya mekan nyam se wanti ase na wo kasa unemployment rate akosoro no na eno na wo che se besa afimu ani na you start dwumedie aban ne pa hontoma na ne nyina so nyina ne se eba beboa ama mebu ne ne wanu makasa ewo adumo akyede so betimi de wonsa ayo bibi wadwa ya bibi ede bia nwuma afa afoforo wo mu no aban no so wo mu asene mu e wontiteyem sika fama motimi asi wonom so nwumaku ahodo na etimi aboa ama wonom so adwade nsam no etimi akonkan eno te wo kyeresa aban no atwa sika bi ye no 200 million Ghana cedis ya wode boa safo na ne nyina mu no ye raken kyeresa eba beboa ama emebunu dodo na nei wonom ensade da pampan ya wo kwa bachire no wonom nyina so etimi anya dwuma bi etimi adi
entrepreneurship by assisting them to start, build, and grow their own businesses. Mr. Speaker, a year on, the preparatory works have been completed. The three components of the initiative, Youth Start District, Entrepreneurship Program, Commercial Program, and the Youth Start Grace Program, have also been developed and piloted successfully. On 20th September 2022, government signed an MOU with 11 banks and the Ghana Association of Bankers to support entrepreneurs gain access to capital to enhance their business. The Ghana Association of Banks have worked with us to train the participating financial institutions on the program and have completed the design of a technology platform to receive applications. The National Banking College has also been engaged under the program to train beneficiaries on behalf of the participating banks. Mr. Speaker, the Ghana Enterprises Agency and the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program has been brought together as a cohesive unit to co-lead the district entrepreneurship component of the Youth Start program. Mr. Speaker, all is set to accelerate the implementation of Youth Start. We are working with our partners, the World Bank, to secure additional financing, Mr. Speaker, of $150 million US. On our own, we are committing 200 million Ghana cedis to ensure that more young persons are supported into entrepreneurship. Mr. Speaker, the Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development Corporation, through their strategic partners, has completed the Mineral Resource Estimate Report that has been prepared in line with Joint Oil Reserves Committee.
Abusianya Rakeno for Riata, by no more demo, and in a sense, so ya was so mebrubi DS, by ya one of sono, wabeti me apeja e wonyuma kwai sono, emunsem, and you cocotier. I was a for young for more and free Rakeno for Riata, nen semwa, and all the cotu jamra swig if you move na informal and consent from. And this yaman you couldn't far, a was Santamantama say no more day and Sambia Babatuga said the Ashanti Regional Chief Mam, Yera Sheikh Harun, and Sebio Diatuga, and their former Peneda John Dramani Mahama Hono, so on Penetum Penenoa, na on Pebus Yamansu Biadia, or more a catch and so on 2 days. Says Ansamwa, or Coca the farm and Peneda John Dramani Mama Hono, and any tree Awamra, not on my train sign, no so Eme Pacho, and Chairman Peneda John Dramani Mahama, and they say, almost say Ashanti Regional Chief Mam, Yera Sheikh Harun, Aqua Cocan say, Nanwada, Babo Sume, Buswim, Yanubo Swimmy and Sunday, a year Kumasa Central Mox, a year Regional Chief Mam Saodwa, and what Ghana, a Bayo Munshi Mubi, El Hono Momotonsa, and the Freeman Peneda John Dramani Mama, so Wamre, no friend Munyama Emetechri, now Openino Ebano, or Nichiasian no Musimifono, Wama Asorifie, a Masalachinu Rahonmoa, or to said dear Cranoa, Oberon Papuan Sana, Soberonmoa, what to me Aquacu Rahonomo, Nesomo Chesaman Peneda John Dramani Mama, O Rahonomo, Wang running Papua, Nishua Nesenwono, and I can say Pam 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 with Dura Honum, and the Ekokodi Jumana was Woody, Uyenekes was Abese, and the Equeneke says, Sadiano, Aquaco ye debia, Etia Musimi for Womosum, Womosese, and Womara, Womo at the Esumo. Nasan Samua, Asante Regional Chief Imam Mekayano, and our open you yet to any demand this among you Kuno Santamantama say, HSA, Sansam Nucrobianim, on no some meeting, no, not all hobby, or no any demon Peneda Jomama Nim, Adinura, Kumasi Central Mox, no, or run in Pabua, Man Peneda Jomama Susu run in Pabua, into Samoa, Asante Regional Chief Imam Mekano, so I'm a patchawa, on bed demonstration Cassia, O Kumase Ede Etiano, Andrews Nana Kwesi, Augustus, wait to any demand, and this Yaman Yukono, our Santamantama Sen Samoa, or the Etujane any.
No pay into Unsa, a framework, Bonnie Bianim. I'm say, Yina Yenim, Sizina, your womb. My car at said, this elections are Yeben, Yeben make sure, say, Yebe decent campaign. Na Yent na regime, Mobile Fa, your flag bearer. The next president of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, enim enye from view. The Echem, this time Ubia Obe attack John Dramani Mahama, the next president of the Republic of Ghana. Yanino Ebiti. And then you social media say the regional chief imam why allegation be etia Its Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I say imam for inviting Central Mosque no or the issue area Central Mosque. Na midimu ya as a regional chief imam oda edomano na the politics and na eye wodwuma. We are going to expose him. Its Excellency John Dramani Mahama, by the next president of the Republic of Ghana. Omo inviting na esa any dieni obua woma Muslim community no that day no owo program e won off but ojaye eba Kumasi meneno an e call program no Central Mosque na me ana bidinenim yedu ho no mi issue eheme Its Excellency John Dramani Mahama eyi ni shua eheno ani ediwura Central Mosque.
Abzafo nti we aye titire ne demand this amanyukunu asantema se Augustus Nanakwesi Andrews and yetene kan we mra na ene we nsamtwefu nhyiamu Kumasi Abonte so na nsemo Asante Regional Chief Imam waka e dia farmer mpedin da John Dramani Mahama ono omo hwe ne mu say 2 days obeba bonten na obe pacho no atwe asem na sanye sa ene omone ne de ewo asantema se abzafo yenyina we so nye nai ho nansa na yebeko no yemfa sedama 21st clinic yese sciatica ntini no a efie eyesisie nim de fa oto ase de be fa wo nankukum de efa wo nantu no so de kosu nampodo so no etwetwe a abzafo ne kire 21st clinic Kumasi we hwa overseas junction ho na afa radio oboase o cancel cortes akra ye odome sunyan kransa techima so ye ho no mo o yenko pemizu ene 5G drink ne binom opebi etu atone a na wa frɛ 0246 270221 0246 270221 3A Herbal Center at 3A cool capsules abedwa so a koko no dia ye obia no onya bia se betu ase be Food and Drugs Authority mpeni for agedi atumanya na or pharmacy shops and drugstores ahudo mo for 0546 107107 ye no woni nkomo and a Liberty Conference e baso yakopon ya domo a November busu yemu ya iwumi ne de toso aduno enum 25th November Jubilee Park 5th anniversary otwede amponyankrompon de sa adomwe edoma konto manhene yadubu achine mfie no mu ene nti November de we de aseda yeye ene nase de kwakoma otwede amponyankrompon adwomtufo pi ene minister SK Frimpon kwakugesi Efe Grace Sunday Asare Minister Kwame Jedu ene chese yenyina ayekọ ne de aseda akwakoma otwede amponyankrompon no t-shirt no ene caps ne chese face towels no nya bia odo ne chese Sompa FM ye fidue mase ya obenya bi na wato yenyina we so ne na ye homra ye ba nsem ne pi akachire
sciatica expert sciatica no o nerves na wo to ase na fa wo siremu na fa wo nansia besi ase ho no se ho techema eno ene ye fa ne sciatica na etimi bubu o to ase ka wo se dwe wo sirem wo je ho ba bi a enye na eno na 21st clinic ba ye adwuma pa wo mu ye ntia basobo o magine wo Ghana ha ene amono ne enyasem ketewa wo mu ji international awards ahodo wo mu ji local awards ahodo na anu nso na wo mu be the only sciatica research and treatment center in Africa bibrim hano ebi ni baby a gi 21st clinic nkoa wo mu de bibiduro ene besa o yare no masa de machine aka ho yare sabia yare bia wutimi de ko ne mama ade pa ko a wo magidi wo mu pa no sciatica ena stroke nso de kwa diabetes ne hypertension ne ade Ghana ha baby a wo mu ho 0540 311 311 0540 311 311 na 21st clinic wo mu ye sciatica expert.
Introducing Mixer 5G Sparkling Drink, a whole new refreshment in a can. Mixer 5G is a tasty non-alcoholic drink. It is a perfect companion for all your events, including parties, weddings, and funerals. It is made with green tea, ginseng, guarana, grapes, and grapefruit. Get refreshed with Mixer 5G Sparkling Drink. For bulk purchases, contact 0246 270 221. This advert is FDA approved.
Abusia for Yadamu say Amamwa Kwaba. Abusia Yanamu say Amama Kwaba Ahaya Sompa TV so and when you go a wash and I would say and you know Siabem Cassia ball and I yet to Tunis Rene Abasa Edema Wonom. What's that Yanka was Sompa 93.12 Kumase Sunyane, Aya Sompa 98.9 and Krazan so Aya Sompa 90.7. Yet one some so the Amamonia Boy Remo. Bese efie mienu nie na eye aban yi asie ye no ehwe yakwantempo ho ensem so ya yewura amoakwata edi wo manim no wonum echechre se tobuta hodo ye sisi yakwantempo ho ensem so no enhyada eni mfaso biente no wonum aka ni nyina adwumadie ede abutu na adwumaye 43 ya na wonum ho no dodo na no akoye ye nuanom a wonum na makwadua ni bi atechema disability fo no na no na enam so ente no wonum echese fie mienu nie ebinum eda so etifie wa bra ban no wo bo won ma ho anohoba so betimi aboa ahwe ede ama wonum adwuma e wo kwa foforo so na so kyerem ebesi ne no nya de asa abɔhye na timi abemu na bie mu krampo no wonum arrest bi akatua kakra bia na wasa ban de ma wonum so yade a wonsa enkanam so nte no wonum akote wonum ho ede agu asoye no ehwe yakwan ne yakwantempo ho nsɛm so won kran na yenkɔ na sɛde eniema esikoye wa brana enuanom womo a ebi edin de Evrain ene eye Mohammed Ramat wonum ne Sompa kaseefo twetwe nkomo efa wonum haw ene abenedie ho no sei ene wode to yanim
insign ono so wa hanum si namu minister yana aba Rose and I with minister Fizanopa ye namu minister yesi minister no oko parliament on by yesu ye nyam free aye say aketwa na eso muntu na ma ntwa ide ye ntumi free anko ye beda ha ye wo Rose and I ministry ndamo nyina ase Mr. Emmanuel Amegbeji onu su ye toll collector no bi ye na ye beda ha awon chirinti na ya ba ha no na we fi takwade Timothy ahinsan onu so wa ha no musi onu su beda ha ye tumi ko fi awon chirinti as usual your sister every
appointment say yambra bonti ntinda ye beda bonti
every su dey wa your sister Evelyn Bakupe bajani ma enobia wo fi
Ebu says I wish Sompa TV ne so a ye nuanom na de form ho mountain so a ene bi eko mosquitoes ahodo ntotuma ahodo mo pla wonom na ekotie wonom no na yenkwa homa no so na ye ne ye Frederick aso wono eka ye nuanom ho a ene wonom ho achi omo si aban de omo kenti wo je wo made no na ye ne wonom ekwatwetwe nkomo kakra emra ye rawoti enka na nwumre ye ma wadwo emo akwaba de ba ye kase yi so
Mejo so many aba na mechiaga na for afefo ne etiefo nyina
obia so eje wo so na ye gidi se nyame adom wompomo eye
nyame adom ye mpom de nkaye ba ye botom na enye
boye nchire mu free bra mu kwada asoye wo no ede ebe na asie ene pa bi ana sensem pa bi afri mu aba na
ede pie mu ne se anopa we police for be cheye ewo ministry ho e di Eko Central Police Station say yaye unlawful gathering nti ewia nyame adom na NDC Deputy Communication Officer aye Owura Apogan any NDC Disability Desk Coordinator omo nombe ebeli ewia ewo police station
na mosha munipa dodo sen ela makwate mo ho agu hoyi
ye nipa 16 no ye nyina aban di ka no 288 but ya select and penny for now or more that to boot nano country meaning anti ye bet chemo and nano 16 ye leaders of the various two boots ye be na ye no man name and you say ye be unlawful gathering but the other year and say minister no and now good to boot no ye no catch say oh my good to boot no but the ombe and say ombe ka butumu bia ecosystem ombe san anya djuma foforo amaye na ombe ma ejuma foforo nti e ma ye ni ayro ho ntaban ne ma ejuma foforo ba on ma ejuma foforo no no ombe guso atwa ye ka se no musi twa ye ka no ombe guso atwa ye ka ekosi ebre a ombe nya ejuma foforo amaye nti yensu ye gitumu na de bia ye ta ekọ de bia ye ekọ na odi nkofo bi ma ye se ya ye ni omo nkasa ye fro mu bi omo mfa ya fra omo mfa nti ye se enu ano ye se sadia ende ye kwa ko hu ye papa na ye ni na edi nkomo se ko ne sen ye ko ye no musu ye papa ni ho omo kokokos meeting nti bi se ne be dia e free buy no so wa ye ntimi nko ye tridium ye nso ye ni keska because e juma nso na omo ade free ye nsami nti ye se ye say ye be da ho ma adichi anope ya ni ehu ye papa nti ye da ho adichi anope we be 10 o'clock ni ewrem ka bi twem ni ewrem awram ahwe say why na ewrem no security force omo ma ye ewrem omo mia ye nia ba kokra wo hwiche ma oba ba ko omo di gate no kra bo no nti ye kra na ye ko rescue no and then I hate me room. You room here and no 10 minutes na police for 3 cars. Eba be to say ya unlawful gathering. Ba ko no say ye book security for no. For share persons with disability bet me go security for ye crash ye ti huichi emu ye kita crutches. Ye be dey ni abu security for. And no no ma be ti akọ omo police force.
Yeah, Friday can patch out what's a benka.
Mete unkapa mame
mete wasi ya aban no madwuma mu ye nyina no otua mu kana sika mu se mu gie die bo hye no de ma mu se bosumi bia no betua mu ka kosi se obepa adwuma bi dia ma mu nyesa
sa pepe uko parliamentary hazard mu so I wo omu bisa the same question omu bisa no the same question for parliament 2 years ago o kan the same thing pepe se ombe bu se tua eka Coprimet bra umbenya ejuma foforo amaye
but sir answer what shed you obi wo ho a wo hyeba wotimi buso nti we na wasa akwide ne by force na bia mo so tu kwan wo se woni kaska besade aba na no ani sen
say enye ejuma dium ejuma na ye na we je free ensam no say obema ejuma foforo no ye ne ejuma bia ye bio nkofo aye di dem ngo ye man ye yiri ni ye man mu so gu ye so ye dia ye man mu dadadashi ye nyeska mfantwa omuka nti ye ba be dan ye ka because what me boy there to say kada ya dia enye se wodi nanu keke na ye wo parliamentary hazard no sisi a wo parliamentary hazard no e wo mu sisi the same question the same statement or catch the same thing or kan wo nti enye boshe keke
enti ebenyin for atm a wasam a beka atwa to de ama wonum na ne sen
ya sema ye beka atwa to no say wa share ye bo no ondi ni boshe no so na ye bre omo eye omo wa hoden ni dada pra ebre na ya di dem nso a ye ba be gi esika nso a mu di police phone so tata ye sro mo a se no mu saka se china obeba no china ye ba on pass papa bi no kan kire na yenso ye nko ye ko ifia ne nso ya tinya kosere ye ne ye ma ne ye yire mo no ye tinya kosere ofie na awre ho no kunye ma me onim se ye nkrofo no bi om no che ka no omu che omu akonfo awuye
oh
uko takrade people so to butisi a ye lady baako waku ne hu because of their name we nyina ohu den ti na mbe ye sa ya ye di dem mbe ye nkofo bia nso sa po a ye ya ye di dem nso na mbe ye sa enye se ye ne ye ka se ye nye ejuma no ya ye ejuma na mo mbeji ejuma no se wo be ma ye ejuma foforo na wa nso so be ka na nso a unta ye ka nso ye be ji esika nso a mu di police force ata sa de ye no
enya sa de ye ni to de wadaro makwa to ye yeso no ntina ye bom daro ni ntino ye gide ye se mpanyimfo ne betia sopem na de ye se fatam no matimi aye de amama makwa to yem why
mama ye dawati na me shira mu so
yes ye dam wase ye Frederica so eka persons and people living with disability a onom chese aban no hye omo boso busum bia no obema wo no maketua na saa ketua no bɔhye no na ɛma yɛnti no wɔnom ɛkɔ asoɛ hɔ a wɔn si aban no ɔgye wɔn gye wɔn sika nyɛ saa deɛ wɔn ɛda hɔ a wɔn wu wɔ hɔ ano no ɛyɛ a ɔyɛ ntoa so
ɛbɛtoa so
wɔn sika ni wɔn de bɛba
ɛde ni o ɛha dwene na yɛntoa so yɛguso adem wɔ adwuma yɛ ne apɛdeɛ ho nsensɛm ya nanura ɛbɛtɔ dwa sɛ Ghana adwumayɛfo ate dɛnnɛ efisafi a yɛkɔ akɔwura mu no wɔma akatua aban ɛde kakra ɛfiafia ho de ama wu no mu a watoto mu bɛ ɔhamo nkyekyɛ mu aduonu mmiɛnsa 23% ɛna aban ɛde ato ho ɛne ɛho nkrataa ɛbaayɛ ɛmmerɛ ɔmo kɔsi nkonya no ɔsoafo wɔn ɛhwɛ apɛdeɛ ne adwumayɛ ho nsensɛm yɛwura Ignatius Bafo awu a wɔn esi aban no mu ɛsensan krataa no nyinaa ɔpanin yɛ aban ɛna Ghana nyinaa adwumayɛfo kubatan kɛseɛ wɔyɛ panimpa da no wɔn nso so ɛde ne nsa hyɛseɛ ɛde ma adwumayɛfoɔ ɛma Dr. Isaac Bamfo ado soso no ɛso so de ne nsa hyɛseɛ bi ɛdi adanseɛ sɛ ɛno ɛne nkɔmɔ a wɔn ne aban adie ama aban agye ato mu sɛ afi a yɛkɔ akɔwura mu no ntumu a yɛmfa nka aban adwumayɛfoɔ sikasɛm wɔn akatua ɛho no na ɛbaa yɛyi adwumayɛfoɔ no bi susu adwala wɔ ho so wɔn fi sɛ mpanimfoɔ no a wɔn kɔsi wɔn anam ɛne aban kɔdi nkɔmɔ no wɔn amoa wu nom sɛ yɛ 23% nti ɛna wɔn kɔɔyɛ ɛkɔyɛ meeting ɛkɔtwe ne twan efiri juada na wɔn kɔɔyɛ efiri benada wɔn kɔɔyɛ ukuada nnɛ wɔgyɛ wɔn dwene ho wɔn nte aseɛ wɔn fi sɛ asɛ mpanimfoɔ no de ɛnaadaa bi na adaadaa wɔn mu ade wɔn ano afafa wɔn mu ho a ama mpanimfoɔ no ahunu wɔn asɛm ka wɔn ma akɔ akɔgye saa adeɛ na ato mu abusua na nka yɛbɛsi yɛbɛkɔ wɔn no so na nka yɛne Dr. Isaac Owusu akwakodi enkomo wono ene ye pene kwanchefo a woda Ghana National Association of Teachers a etwenitia efene se natiku na no wono ene da no se president nke yewe si ebekwa man so ne akwakodi enkomo ehuma ne ntutu mu dia busia yento aso ne enko enim kase enim
what do I need a tremo a watchful at Timoko about some Persia Swabano and a Sabre Casa MPP among your Koni Dimono. What me a son and when talk of Fakrata said by ya. No shebe drop quite no betty me aje at the Atna Swo. Na brana vetin Quaswa Ewahono and a Cape Coast a femme war. Ye ray equagina why dear footwo and ma MPP at tire for any a woman you know say. One shen one cow home as a from Chroma dear. Nano na betty me up one amatumino one sa etime a canny beam. Yakwani and Quatiana na kwame for in some of the Mayani be.
So you came out to go to for me na say we come kwa bishop na who say we MPP kunkwa na ye betumi asesa kwelu asesa twefo tu kwa hyebre ba power once per e twefo tu kwa hwe bridge na awo ho for ye na nanom meso ye ba ya ansa na ye hwe meso tu ni kala ye ba ho and this is for several years development being by na me we give me any part me say you bet me as a sacrifice to the kwashe be you bet me adwuma ama naka edishi bia we twifo to kwa dem di but adwuma den na we say we na ye party for na ye twifo to kwa na to kan we bom ye adwuma den na ye de boa your flag bearer na ye to me decorate so I pray more to the youth na me we no be adwuma any evening workshops are me organize am and I mean the youth don't so much because big brain na school so many adwuma I mean the more the politics you know but we pay as well only nya so emphasis bia because say we make sure say we to do kunuma we the youth we boom na organize workshops am now whatever work we do man and we don't do so bia me the mom na me to me I will adwuma abua fotimekwa na afede to win election
PP parliamentary aspirant ewo chifu atimokwa abato pesia so ewo fifi mantemo nana kwame ofori ene ekotie no
yeguso ademu wa PP amanyoku no mamanu chia so mo ya hoboa akwakoto aba wo mpesua ahodo so no ma yewura no mo a ebegyina de ma MPP amanyuku no wo mpesua ahodo so titiru ene mpesua no a enye MPP mrasigafo ene wo ho no mo sisi kwesi brune ka na se ofan constituencies no na odo ani chenkra pompre ntemu a adenta abato mpesua so MPP amanyuku na yo mo vetting wo ho no mo a ewura no mo ayi wo mo tie epese gina de ma MPP amanyuku no nyinara no omo eye ntotie so odonfo ya domo a ene December bosume ne da etosumienu omo ebekọ akoto omo so aba na ma mi akoso ya menu ena waka ntamedensi awi aboa guso akota fre na batwe se kwam bia so sa akonya no a na ekuta MPP amanyuku ni mre bia NDC fo begiye no obedi nkunim ewo MPP primary sinimo no asa akokoje akonya no e de ama MPP amanyuku ne biewu.
Yes, slogan yes start here say election way enye gidi I am down for no pressure. Na say na me catch ye delegates no. Omo hia obi a odwene omo ho. Omo hia obi a omo kan koda na kuma so. Omo hia obi a odi asumdwe ba constituency no. They see 2020 no and to say still bio adenta. Delegates in koso na see ye dream ho. No mo so no metimi abwani apeja seat no 2024. 3 stands for Trinity, it stands for peace, it stands for victory. We all know what 3 stands for. Today the better executives now say, Obama ye foot so be brain. I believe say, yeah wahano. Me them supporters here. They be a make a chemo. You be the yidi watema use superior arguments. Sebe, push me what team is did you be superior arguments and no na MPP adaso. And did you tell me or ya ni be there or mokabia and kebita because you already what you are winning. Intimate message for Nina said, over Asunje and go into 2nd December because Abane dear, you are winning, you are winning.
Observe way ayama me akosia menu womo pre mrasibe dwa no ewo MPP amanyuku ne demu adenta abato mpesua so no waka ho bi ena ene wone party ne machia ya na ode na nisu ade hu no etu o manim no yede kase ne si ne mum yemfa seda ema express group for yesi yede utu kwan akoma bia opese wokoso say Canada say US say UK say Australia say New Zealand na opese woko observe for any chere express group ya tra ya ewo Ghana fa na nyina Kumase ye wo asafo labor runabout one and a Kanishi so a yankrapumpedement first light one more Ubehuyen Tema Community 18 last big golf lane station one Ubehuyen East Legon so no a yankrapumpedement one ya wo Trinity a theological seminar almost so matana honomo and Takra de Sunyai Tamaleni Bebianing in Asusono ya watrayo honomo and ye nin come 0249 000448 0249 000448 we express group na efrefre wono amza fo ye gina we suna nwumre nsemo ye babo ano e de besom no ye de mo asi ha sei asedan koma ye semu for penny ye ra asante ye boa Benedict akosua somua kokua buzi na busie ya grace nom ene mranche de mabawa no aka egu Sompa FM ne Sompa TV newsroom ene boy chidom taye chia bebia wo bia na nwumre yitimi baye eba besomwo mede ede na ya obo malibia boga nwumre mene
ohine ire mame ekua ye boa esiama ye sori adwaso na ekai bosem kakra wo ho ne ye dia dan manu achi bema foso 19 foso wone asempe ni pebedefo no wonu betina sena enne ye sapota sawotie no wonom me ede amamo yadamo ase akramo therefore ya wonom de kase de besom yen na ebraso samadaro ensema hudo bia ade hye de abraye ewo enkaibọ ekwan so no yetina sena yadane ne nyina chi ede emamo Sompa chede dwumadie bi yatara One Media Foundation wonom ede aba na ne nyina ne se afi ekwa wieye